Thank you for buying Higurashi When They Cry Onikakushi, a visual novel by 07th expansion. How was it? If you enjoyed it even a little bit, it would make me happy.
Even a little bit is stretching it. That incredibly dark ending made me angry, you know.
Made us angry.
As I understand it, this Onikakushi chapter is supposed to be somewhat of a prologue to the entire series?
How could the prologue have such an incredibly dark ending?
Yeah, doesn't that happen sometimes? The player digging through the story in order to avoid the bad ending is the point of these types of games after all?
It's still just the first chapter. I'm looking forward to the next one.
What happens in the next chapter? Rena, do you know?
Yeah, they said the next chapter will introduce another aspect of the story.
That's a strange way of putting it. What does that mean?
In this chapter, they introduced the string of mysterious deaths that were happening in Hamanazawa recently, right? The next chapter will introduce some of the history of Hamanazawa.
With one strange event happening after another, I got totally lost. What exactly is Oshiro-sama's curse about? Actually, what is Oshiro-sama to begin with? They didn't explain that very much.
I haven't heard much about it. But I kind of have a bad feeling about it.
It feels like there'll be another one of those scary stories where somebody gets cursed again.
Tough luck, eh, Ki-chan? What kind of curse is he gonna get hit with this time?
However, I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of story it's going to be. Sorry for being late. My bad, my bad.
Hey, everybody! Good work today.
Same to you. Huh? Where's Ki-chan?
Kiachi-kun is already us reading the script for the next chapter. It must be hard being the main character.
Huh? That's too bad. He could have at least poked in to say hello.
It's probably because he doesn't have any character art, so he couldn't poke his head in even if he wanted to.
Reika-chan, that's what we refer to as a personal problem.
In any case, that story really was a lot of trouble, especially for Kiachi-kun and Rena-chan.
Trouble? That was the mother of all bad endings.
I wonder, what was the identity of the thing that attacked Kiachi-kun?
My theory is it's the work of the people to make it look like a curse.
But at the end, Kiachi made that phone call.
Yeah, I also thought that call was strange. At that point, Ki-chan should have been certain that the culprits were people.
That's a really strange phone call. It almost sounded like he was being chased by a ghost or something.
Just from that phone call, it really makes me think that it was the work of a curse after all.
Since we're all here, why don't we all share our theories? Let's start with Sonozaki-san.
I absolutely believe it was people. I think it was a man-made incident that was just imitating the strange folklore floating around the Hamanazawa.
Certainly!
Whoop, Jesus.
Every year on the day of the festival for another link in the chain of mysterious deaths to happen certainly is suspicious.
That so-called chain of mysterious deaths is definitely somebody trying to reenact the folklore. Definitely.
I think it was a curse. Look at that scene where Kiachi-san went berserk in the entryway, and that last scene on the phone call. I just couldn't come to the conclusion that it was a person was the culprit.
When you say it that way, It really wasn't the type of scene that would make you think it was the work of an actual person.
Yeah, but even then, I still think it was a person who did it. That last scene and the one in the entryway, I think it might have been a delusional episode brought by post-traumatic stress disorder.
I wouldn't know what's going on anymore, even if you didn't use such complicated words.
In other words, Kiachi was so scared that he was imagining things. And
Then, what's the meaning behind that scene? What exactly was that mysterious presence behind Kiachi?
A red herring. R-E-D-H-E-R-R-I-N-G.
Mii-chan, what do you mean by a red herring?
Like the old man Toмотaki here said, that scene was the result of Ki-chan having a stress-induced delusion from being mentally cornered. To expand on that a bit further, it was a ploy to make the player think it was a curse. That's why it's a red herring.
When you say it like that, but...
Well, it just means that there's that possibility.
In that case, the theory that Iwashi-san proposed during the story that it was a conspiracy by the villagers was correct? What does the man himself have to say about that?
Me? It makes you think, eh?
Huh? I totally thought that Iwashi-san would be behind the people explanation.
During the story, I said it was definitely the work of people. But if a person really was to blame, that leaves a lot of loose ends.
Like what? Let's hear what Detective Iwashi-san's theory is.
First of all, if a human is the culprit, then there has to be a motive. In other words, somebody has to gain something from it.
So what you mean is, if this was the work of people, then there would have to be something gained from this chain of mysterious deaths.
Exactly. I felt that somebody could have benefited from the deaths of the people related to the dam development, but the recent victims weren't related to that at all. First off, who benefits from killing Kiachi-kun?
I see. If you say it like that, my case is kind of weak too.
I mean, none of your money was stolen. There's no way it was a human culprit.
But that's not everything there is to it, right? Like Mii-chan just said, there might have been some sort of reason for them to reenact the folklore.
Exactly. This wasn't a murder where you consider the typical motives. It makes me think that this was most likely some sort of ritualistic murder to reenact the blood-stained history of the village.
so I'll ask the question of the hour. Who gains the most from this reenactment?
It's not about a simple benefit, it's more of a psychological reason. I think that maybe this was the act of revenge. Something native to the region. Fate was unable to be fooled this time around.
I see. A member of the slime-repressed family looking to air out an old grudge of their ancestors, something like that. I don't like it.
Then what is it? It couldn't be that you're leaning towards the curse explanation, Iwashi-san.
That's right, that's right! The man playing the detective said so. It's decided, it was the curse. If, like how Mahabara-san said during the story, it was the case that Oshiro-sama possessed Rena-san and Sonozaki-san and committed those acts, it would fit the evidence the most, as much as I hate to say it.
Actually, I'm of the same opinion as Iwashi-san. I can't come up with any other explanation for the normally kind Rena and Mii-chan to suddenly start acting strange like that.
About that, it may sound strange coming from the person herself, but I think that Mion did it.
I don't get what Mi is saying. I'd like an explanation.
Oh, sorry. In other words, I think this may end up being a really cruel story.
Huh? Wait, Michan! You don't mean...
If you follow the trail of evidence to the very end, that's how it would seem. I also have my suspicions.
In other words, Ren-san and Sonozaki-san both actually had those personalities to begin with, and were merely deceiving Mahabara-san. Am I right? I don't like that at all. Ah, this is the curse's fault. Ren-san and Mion-san and everybody else are all kind, nice people.
I think that too! I think that Rena and Mion-chan are really good people at heart. I think that during the story they definitely were possessed by something.
So Rena also thinks it was a curse. Then let me ask everybody who thinks it was a curse. There has to be a reason for a curse, right? I don't think there would be something indiscriminately cursing everything. Can somebody explain that?
A curse, a curse! Human logic won't get us anywhere. A curse is a curse, whatever.
Ha ha ha, Satoko-chan. A personified deity is, in the end, nothing more than the creation of people. That's why their method of thinking is also understandable to humans. Just take a look at the Greek pantheon. They cry, get angry, get jealous. Basically, they're just like humans.
So what you're saying is that Oshiro-sama is cursing people with some benefit in mind?
That's an odd way of putting it, but basically, yeah.
That's why they say, far from Jupiter, far from his thunder. You do have a point.
Basically, it doesn't matter if Oshiro-sama or humans, there has to be a reason.
But Rika, what if that reason isn't clear?
I don't know.
That's right! There's still just this is still just the prologue. There's still a lot of stuff that hasn't been revealed yet.
Yeah.
It's hard to come up with any more theories at this point.
No! I won't be satisfied till this is all made clear.
Mion-san seems rather particular about this as well.
Well, just make the best with it. Yeah, we'll just make the best with what we know. Doesn't this feel interesting, like the club a little bit?
Oh yeah! If you put it that way, it does seem interesting.
Well then, let's summarize. Let's see. I think it was a curse. Tomotaki-kun thinks it was people, right?
Yeah, I'll go with it being people.
I'll also disagree with the people explanation. I'll also agree with the people explanation. That's not to say that I hate fantastic things like curses. But in this particular case, the connection to a curse is a little weak.
2 for the people explanation, then. Ren-san is on the curse side of things, right?
Yep! Satoko-chan and I believe that it was a curse, right?
Yeah, I think it was a curse. People who say that Ren-san and Mion-san were evil to begin with are more benefiting of a curse.
Well, I don't want to believe that it was my own personality that was twisted, but I have to be cool with it when I'm in club mode. Wait, what? Wait, no. Well, I don't want to believe that my own personality was that twisted, but I have to be cool when I'm in club mode. If I base my choice just on emotion, I'll regret it, you know?
Well now, it really doesn't matter which side you pick, does it?
Huh, Rika-chan hasn't said anything yet. What do you think?
I don't think that Oshiro-sama is a bad god.
Huh, an interesting opinion.
I don't want to worship some bad god that just curses people. I'd like to think a generous god. I'd like a generous god more than one that curses.
That's right, Rika-chan is a shrine maiden. Yep, good opinion.
Then what? If Rika-chan doesn't believe that it was Oshiro-sama, then do you think the perpetrators were human after all?
We'll just go with that.
Well now, that means the votes are split right down the middle. So half of us think it was the curse, and half of us think it was people.
Rena-chan, just for reference, what did you think? What did the test players who played the beta version think?
Yeah. There were a lot more players who believed in the people explanation.
See right there. Our veteran comrades are cool, collected, and very observant.
But the beta version only finished partway through the story.
That's right. Even the people who played the beta might change their minds if they got through to the very end.
What should we do then? This means that the options are still split. The opinions are still split. My god, I keep reading options as opinions as options, and options as opinions. It's no fun if we don't settle this.
We need there to be an odd number of judges. In other words, we need one more opinion.
Perfect timing then. Why don't we ask Kiachi-kun himself? Let's call him.
The opinion of the victim himself is very valuable.
Since that's decided, it's time for the phone.
Hello, Kiachi-kun? It's Rena. Are you busy with work right now?
Yeah, really busy. Just when I thought I'd get a break because the chapter's over, it's already time for the next one.
How's Ki-chan? Busy?
Yeah, he's moping.
I can hear you, you know. It must be nice having a wrap-up party. I wanted to go too.
You can come if you get some character art for yourself.
Rika, that's a secret.
Sorry about that, Kiachi-kun. Anyways, during the current chapter, Kiachi-kun, didn't you die? We were just talking about who the culprit might be.
Basically, we're deadlocked on whether it was people or Oshiro-sama's curse that killed you.
I'm really sorry, even though you're
busy reviewing the script. Kiachi-kun, which do you think it was?
That's obvious, isn't it?
Which?
It's both of them. Targeted by suspicious people from the village, and then cursed by some strange Oshiro-sama on top of that. It's both humans and a curse. Everyone's just picking on me.
So very, very pitiful. Next time I'll pat you on the head for you.
In the end, the opinion is still split, huh?
Well, I'll think this over again. We might have missed something.
Well then, please look forward to the next release of Higurashi When They Cry Watanagashi.